the localization of our global culture, of our policies, of our procedures, which enable success, right? Because if we move on, we look at a global and a digital environment in which we work today, we have organizations which are operating across the world. Earlier, we used to talk of, yes, I'm an American organization or an Indian organization, and my markets are in Europe and China and so on. In today's world, we are not just looking at the world globally from a market perspective, but also operationally, because most companies operate, they develop, they design, they work in multiple countries across the world, right? Now, COVID, of course, has changed the whole perception of physically co-located teams. And we start talking today about remote teams, hybrid teams. But even if you think of an organization, let's take a Google or an Apple or the companies I worked with, Cognizant, TCS, even if everybody is located in the office, if our teams are global, or teams are located across multiple organizations, we are effectively working remotely. We may all be sitting in the office, but we are working remotely together. And that remote working demands that we have a higher level of sensitivity. It demands that we embrace the multicultural value of these teams from various locations to bring out the best performance in them, right? And each and every one of us as managers set the tone for cultural respect and for cooperation. Because as we increasingly manage and interact with teams across locations, we, starting with ourselves, have to broaden our perspectives and identify and include all of the people across the table with everything that they're bringing to the table, with their cultures, with their thought processes, with their ideas, and then bring out the best in these. So that's why it becomes so much more critical to think of culture from the broader perspective and to think of it of how we apply it in today's global and digital world. Even if we're working just in a single country, as we know from India, we have the Indianness, which is so multifaceted, right? And that in itself is where we have to think that the digital world forces us to think broader and to bring in more sensitivity.